So I'm going to talk about two case studies, two of our customers that we helped to implement the BI apps at. Specifically, in both of these cases, it was implementing financial analytics on Peoplesoft. Our first customer is the Lower Colorado River Authority, a district entity with no taxation authority, but with responsibility for managing the water resources through Central and South Texas that are coming from the lower part of the Colorado River. And that includes not to mention water, but also power generation of that, and then selling of that power. And they service 2.2 million residents, are over $1 billion in revenues, and have 2,300 employees. They have 5 business units, and that becomes important as we look at some of the business drivers for them to choose to go with financial analytics portion of the applications on Peoplesoft. So one of the first drivers was the need for a cohesive platform for reporting on the financial data across all those multiple business units. And many companies are challenged with being able to have a single number of reporting that brings together the data from the multiple business units. It is common in those cases for there to be the need for data to be extracted from those multiple, for the multiple divisions, and manually brought together. During one of the earlier seminars this week in a discussion about the BI applications, an audience member asked in the Q&A session, what is the most common application that is replaced when someone implements the BI applications with OBIE? And the answer to that, in our view, is Microsoft Excel. Believe it or not, there are such vast use of Microsoft Excel to do a lot of the manual bringing together of data in order to get that cohesive reporting. And of course, that takes a tremendous effort every week or a month, whatever period you need to update that data. And so LCRA had a tremendous effort going on a manual basis to bring the data together. You also had, as different people brought that data together in different ways with slightly different definitions and calculations and rules, conflicting data. And so when you went to try to have a meeting to strategize in your business, part of the time there was spent discussing the differences in the data instead of actually getting right to the business strategy discussion that you really intended to have. And so they wanted to be able to have a centralized repository and centralized definition for all of their KPIs and metrics. And this was specifically to provide a lot of budget to actuals comparison. So they could see both of those put together, they could track them, they could be alerted to differences in actuals that were above a certain threshold versus budget. There were some challenges that the technical solution had to be able to overcome. So we've talked about the fact that there are multiple business units. That meant that each business unit had actually their own branches on the Peoplesoft trees. Not only that, but they had different numbers of nodes and leaf nodes on those trees. And so when you looked at the project structure for the different projects that they had, some entities had only a couple of nodes or levels. Some had as many as 6 or more. And so you need to know and decide up front, how are you going to bring down Peoplesoft tree information into your data warehouse, into the applications data warehouse. And there's options on how to handle that, whether you leave that as what would be called a ragged hierarchy, or whether you fill out the bottom portions of the levels of only 2 with, so that everything has the same number of hierarchies. That's easily achieved with the Informatica ETL process that loads the data into the data warehouse. It was able to be achieved with this solution. And there was the need for this to be done in a very short amount of time in order to provide financial reporting that was very drastically needed. And that really drove that buy versus build decision-making process to get to a buy decision very quickly. They just simply knew that the build timeline was not going to meet the goals that the business had. Another challenge was that in previous years, the chart of accounts was changed, revised from year to year as accounting and the CFO's office realized that they wanted more detailed data reporting, or they wanted new accounts. And so when you wanted to do year-over-year comparisons and reporting, it was difficult to do unless you converted the previous year's charts of accounts to the current version. And we'll talk a little more about how that was that challenge was met. There was a simultaneous chart of accounts conversion project going on in parallel to this project in order to get to an agreed upon standard for the chart of accounts, so that going forward the chart of accounts wouldn't need to change each year. I think the challenge that represented was that the same people that were providing a lot of the business expertise for this project were very busy on that other project. And then the final bullet point, I think, is a duplicate.